from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Tua now on first down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the 28, it's second and 5. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the former Washington Husky. Here's Myles Gaskin. Jordan Fuller there to take him down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. Designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. The former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from Miami. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd down and 3. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Tua. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Gaskin on the carry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 2nd and 9. Here's Gaskin. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. On 2nd down, right back to Lindsay. About 3 yards there to the 27. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Phillip Lindsey taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Difficult attempt here from the 20. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds Corey Davis. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Again, Wilson. He'll drop this down to Coleman. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. On 3rd down, Wilson. Touchdown! That's caught. Corey Davis, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He'll get this to Coleman.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 2nd down and 6. Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. Drops it off for Coleman. Touchdown, Jets! Tevin Coleman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have taken the lead. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll run now with Gaskin, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run with Gaskin. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Tua going to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defense is awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Here's Coleman now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Coleman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Wilson. This one complete to Coleman. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. After the turnover, it's Tua. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Parker. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And throw right side complete to Parker. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. 10 yards out, and the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes it can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Tua now on first down. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. To the blast. Back, back, back.
He'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Bound to lose one.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Will Parks. And the Jets are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Oh, Wilson going to throw. It's caught by Coleman. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson completes it to Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and at least...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Brandon Jones picking it off. Well, in all likelihood, the this ball game still over. I mean, even with the interception, two-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw it than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Ashton Davis. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a...